Alright, welcome back everybody, this is GTM. Earlier we had traced a master shake drawing for importing into Flash. We haven't done that yet. But you notice I didn't finish creating his mouth, so I'm going to go ahead and open up that file here. As you can see, we have master shake here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of master shake. And I'm just going to push him off to the side here. And I'm just going to go ahead and lock all his layers here. And this one is that, the reference image, so I'm just going to hide that. And that's fine, I can leave it right there. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to place an image of Phonemes onto a new layer here. So I'm going to just double click this and I can call these Phonemes. Basically, Phonemes are the mouth shapes for cartoon animations. Let me go ahead and just throw that in there. So I'm going to go File, Place, and I have a high res one I've got from my forums. So I'm going to place that into the scene here. As you can see, they're pretty big, so I'm going to go ahead and just shrink them down. Grab the corner here and hit Shift. It's a uniform scale. And let's make that a little bit bigger here. Alright, something like that, on the lines of that. If I actually have them close to master shake, I guess they could be about that size. Let's go a little bit bigger. Alright, so what we're going to do is, I'm just pushing this off to the side. What we're going to do is take these and just live trace them, and then we're going to copy and paste each one and just paste them right along here and rename them, and then we're going to eventually bring all these into Flash. So as you can see, I got my selection arrow here, and before we do that, let me explain a little bit more about Phonemes. I bet you if I just went to Google here and let me type in Phonemes mouth. Alright. And I wonder. There we go. Alright, let me just drag that right into here so you can see it. And basically, I looked up lip syncing for animation, basic Phonemes. Animating speech can be one of the most difficult tasks in animation. The process of matching the mouth movements of your animation to the phonemes of your audio track is most commonly known as lip syncing. For a quick fix, it's no problem just to animate the mouth opening and closing, and it's simple, and it's a simple shortcut, especially when animating for the web. But if you want to add actual expressions and realistic mouth movements, it helps to study how the shape of the mouth changes with each sound. There are dozens upon dozens of variations, but my sketches and renderings, okay, basically and so forth. As you can see here, the 10 basic Phenom shapes. Click on the image thumbnail in the right column, so basically, if you were to click on that. But they're right down here. You got A and I. For A and I vowel sounds, the lips are generally pulled a bit wider, teeth open, tongue visible, and so forth. And then you got E. The E phenom is similar to the A and I, but the lips are stretched a bit wider. So this is actually a pretty good, breakdown of what Phonemes are. You know what? I'm actually going to copy and paste this link here into the Planet GTM forums in the resources and web section, or resources and website section under the 215 class. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just minimize that. Alright, so that's basically a breakdown, and here's your phenom, basically an image I placed in of some Phonemes that we're going to use for our master shape trace. And to be honest, they almost look pretty. I found this image online somewhere. Obviously, the animation chart by Will Boyer as taught by John Kelly. I just happened to grab the high-res image. And what's funny, if you ever watch, Aquatine Hunger Force, they almost look similar to the actual master shape Phonemes. They may be a little bit different. I don't know, but for a second there, I thought they might have just took those images and just, kind of altered them and used them. But anyways. But basically, I'm just saying they're similar, so these would work perfect. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and here's our image here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and live trace this. So if I click on the image itself, right, and we have our option here in Illustrator, we're just going to go live trace. And what live trace does basically vectorizes our art. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to expand. What that does is break it apart. So if you take my white arrow, or if we take our white arrow, I can click on that. As you can see, I'm getting the white layer off. Notice I can move it around. I'm just going to get it off there, hit delete. And then as you can see, we can probably take this section here. You know, that's all vectorized. I'm going to delete all that. So now what's left are these pieces right here. So we are actually going to break these apart and just place them down here so we can import them later into Flash. So I'm going to go ahead and just, what I'll do is, I guess I can take each and every one of these and take my white arrow, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and we'll highlight this, and what we'll do is we'll separate them in layers here. So I can edit, copy. Here, I'm going to lock this. Not lock it, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and put a new layer, and we will call this R A H A layer. That's the symbols. And I'm in there, so I'm going to go ahead and just come over here, and what we can do is edit, paste. And then I'm just going to place that right around here. And what I'll do is eventually just, I can go ahead and group it. So I'll go object group, and there we go. And this should be one little, you know, separate section here on its own layer. Alright, so now I can possibly just, you know, come back here, take my white arrow. Let's go ahead and just delete that section off right here. Alright, let's take our white arrow and grab this one. Let's go edit, copy. Let's put it, you know, on its own layer and double click here, and this will be the eye layer. So I'm going to edit, copy, put it on this layer, edit, paste, and I'm just going to move that right there. And then we can probably just grab that and group that, object group. Alright, then we can get rid of this one. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, that's the E, I'm sorry, not the I, so let me rename that to E. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to edit, copy, let's put it on its own layer. And I'm going to go edit, paste. And we'll bring this one down here. This one's the I. I'll go ahead and object group it. We can get rid of this one. And I'll just double that, and that will be the I. As you can see, we're going down our list here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this one, edit, copy, put on its own layer, and we'll name this the O layer. And we will paste that, my friend. We can go ahead and delete this at the same time, because we can just come right here, since we've already copied it, edit, paste, and just place him right there, and we'll go ahead and group object group him. Alright, so we made it down our list so far. We got, let's see, that is the OHJ, I believe. Let me double rename that. Alright, this is the U, and Y. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know, Control C that. I can delete that. Let's put that in a new layer. You know, before we do that, let me make sure I know exactly what I'm going to name this layer to. So, this is the U, and H, right? Or U and W. Rename that, U and W. Alright, so I'll go ahead and Control C. Then delete that. Let's put it on its own layer. Use my spacebar, by the way, to pan. Edit, paste, and let's go ahead and throw that right there. We can object group. There we go. Alright, so we got 4 more to go. Let's go ahead and add a new layer here. and we call the f and the v. And so I'm going to go ahead and Control C, and we will call this the FEH and the VUH, I think. Alright, so I'll edit, copy. Let's go ahead and delete that, put this on its own layer, edit, paste. There we go, and we'll just put that right there. We'll go ahead and just use my arrow keys. Object, group, and looks like we only got a few more to go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and continue this here. Alright, so now I'm going to create a new layer here, and we will call this layer the M and P/D layer. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my white arrow. We'll just edit, copy this, and then come in here, edit, paste, and we'll just move this down here somewhere. And we'll go ahead and object group that. Alright, and I'll delete these. You know, I'm actually going to grab all these and just kind of move them over. And let's go ahead and work on these last two here. So this is the la, and la. Create that layer. Double click. We'll just call this the la layer. Edit, copy, and we'll go ahead and edit, paste. I'll move that over here, and I'll object group those, and we can get rid of this one. And then our last one, which would be our, let me go ahead and zoom up on this so we can see it. And these are the rest of the vowels, the rest of the layers, or letters I should say. And we'll just call this the, wow, I can't even read that. We'll just say the rest. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take those, edit, copy, and let me minimize this here. And what we'll do is edit, paste. We'll move that over here, and we'll just group those. Object, group. I'll go ahead and delete those. Alright, as you can see now we have all our phenoms. You know, I can probably tighten these all up here. So I'll move these right about there. Let's move these over. Bring them all over. And then we can probably just place this last one somewhere in there. And then we'll just, you know what, let's, maybe I'll resize these just a bit. And let me test these out and see how big these are on Master Shape really quick. That looks pretty good. We'll probably keep them bigger. So I'll grab them all. Just resize them one last time back to normal. You know, I'm just going to place them over here on the side because it doesn't matter, because we're going to eventually copy all these. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock everything here on Master Shape. And the hands. And I'll just place them right here. And the next thing we're going to do is eventually we're going to take these and we'll just copy and paste them into Flash.